I've been talking this whole time with the microphone off. Huh. Well, let me do the quick Sparks Note version of everything you just missed. This wheel. It's old. This is the Thrustmaster Grand Prix 1. The wheel to have back in the day was the Thrustmaster T2, so I hear. I wouldn't know firsthand. I never had one. But this is the wheel I had when I was a kid. This is not the wheel. This is the same wheel that I had, but the one that I had, long gone. It's in the garbage decades ago. It broke. I don't know. I think I was still in elementary school probably. Anyway, so yeah, INDYCAR Racing 2 was the first racing game that we had on our first family computer, our Windows 3.1 machine. We used a flight stick to begin with. That's what my hand gestures were earlier when my microphone was off. If you couldn't decipher that, and it had a couple buttons on it and a button on the top. And so yeah, we had gas, brake, turn left, turn right. It was fun enough. I was a kid. I didn't know a whole bunch better. Didn't know what I was missing out by not having a wheel. Anyway, so 1996 rolled around. My dad picked up one of these. I know my dad played INDYCAR Racing 2, and I could have sworn there was one more racing game we had back then, but INDYCAR Racing 2 was like the racing sim that we had. And anyways, a little while ago, I think it must have been 2, maybe even 3 years ago at this point, the YouTuber Chris Hay made like a restoration video of sorts, you could call it, of a Thrustmaster T2. And ever since then, I've sort of been casually looking for one of those. Never found one of those, but on Facebook Marketplace, this popped up for $25. $25. It was, how could I not? Even if it's broken. But the kicker is, it was brand new in box. I mean, not brand new. It had been assembled because the wheel comes detached. But like the restoration videos I've seen of the Chris Hay one, and then another one found of a Grand Prix 1. They're all like scuzzy and gross. They got hair inside of them. The bungee cord is snapped. Things physically broken on them. None of that in this. This thing was spotless inside when I opened it up. There's not a speck of dust in it. It is impeccable. I couldn't believe it. And then yeah, with the box, complete with funny pictures of people holding the steering wheel wrong. Including on this side here, he's holding the wheel like down at the bottom. It looks hilarious. But yeah, and then and this gets me every time I look at it too. What's it say? I keep bumping the microphone. Strategic partners with the NASA Space Shuttle program. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a cool piece of history, I guess. Sim racing history, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I had one of these as a kid. I had to do a little bit of tweaking with it to get it working properly. Of course, it's the old 15-pin game port adapter that would plug into your sound card back on those old computers. I got a USB adapter, or converter I should say, from AliExpress. That was actually the hardest thing to get a hold of. They're listed on Amazon, but listed as currently unavailable. They've been discontinued for ages. I think like the patent on the adapter is like from probably before the steering wheel by the looks of it. It looked like it said like 1994 if I remember right. I could be wrong. Either way, old stuff. But it worked. I had to tinker with the potentiometers to get them working in there. There's no pedals in this. There's no pedals. We're gonna be switching the camera angle here when we're driving anyways, so let's get that wheel in frame. Look at this thing. Yeah, like this thing's mint. Anyways, yeah, no pedals. There's 2 analog paddles in the back. What's the best angle for this? I think this one here. These are analog rather than clicky paddle shifters. One on each side, and then you got buttons here. Oops, I'm doing stuff in the menu on INDYCAR 2 there. Let's Oh, hang on a second. My goodness. There we go. Anyways. Buttons on the face for shifting, and there are these two buttons here. INDYCAR 2 doesn't have a whole bunch of button inputs you can map, so I have this one set to reverse because there's no reverse gear to shift into. You have to press and hold a button for reverse, and only 180 degrees of steering rotation, and the little coily cable. Now the funny thing is, this plug, that's the exact same plug that Thrustmaster's still using on their steering wheels. Well, I guess they've finally updated them with their new quick release. But the quick release on my T300 and the T1, sorry, the T1 didn't have a quick release, but the TX, the TGT2, the T500 RS, all those wheels, they all use this same plug, which is hilarious because it's like, I mean, the video title says 30 years ago. I think I'm rounding up a little bit. It's 28 years ago, but who cares? Who cares? Anyways, just with the fact that I can play these old racing games the way I did way back when, it's really cool. This thing is tiny. It's diminutive. I mean, I've got big hands here. Let me grab my Moza wheel for comparison here. This is the CS. I mean, the CS is a pretty big wheel to begin with, but you can see like the sheer size is just diminutive. But ooh, almost unplugged the camera while reaching over to do that. Let's zoom back in on this. But we're gonna do some racing. I'm gonna switch the scene here to this one. I'm also going to correct this title here because the game did not come out in 1996. The game came out in 1995. The wheel came out in 1996. That's better. Anyway, so with the first round of INDYCAR happening yesterday, actually I should probably just make sure the pedals are calibrated correctly, because they are a little fussy if you don't get it calibrated properly, I find. Anyways, so they raced at Streets of St. Petersburg yesterday. There is a couple mods I've downloaded for this, including Streets of St. Petersburg, but my goodness, is this a hard track. I can hardly get 2 or 3 laps in clean. I either understeer into the wall, and it's always the left-hand corners too. I can't turn the cars on that particular track to the left. Understeer into the wall all the time. Another mod I have, the Edmonton Airport track that INDYCAR raced on from, correct me if I'm mistaken, I want to say 2005 until 2012. I could be wrong. But a favorite is always Cleveland. However, this base version of Cleveland, well, it is fantastic. There's a mod version of Cleveland. You can see the track map is a little bit different. From what I understand, this is actually the more accurate version. This is a from scratch user-made track meant to replace the one made from Papyrus back in the day. This one was one of my favorite ones back in the day because, ironically enough, so my dad, he had just started racing in real life at the time, and the Calgary Vintage Racing Club was part of a support race on the Edmonton circuit, which INDYCAR wasn't racing on yet. This was probably 1998 at this point. INDYCAR wasn't racing there yet, but CASCAR was. It was one of the road course races that CASCAR, which it no longer exists. It's basically Canadian NASCAR. They raced on that road course. So my dad would often go to Cleveland because it's also an airport track. It was sort of a similar kind of flow. Because I always saw him driving on that one, that's the one that I would usually drive on. And of course, my second favorite, it's now my number 1 favorite, easily Laguna Seca. So maybe before the end, we'll do some Laguna Seca. But we're going to, first things first, make sure we actually get a decent length race in. Let's make the race, let's go 35%. Don't know how many laps it's going to get us, but it's going to be a bit of a longer race. It's probably the longest race I've ever done in IndyCar racing too, so it's going to be a bit of a tough one. Let's see what we can do. But we're going to go on the newer, better version of Cleveland. Oh, 31 laps. There we go. That's not too bad. But yeah, this for as old as the sim is, it blows my mind how much there is. Okay, before we get to track, let's just take a look here in the garage. So you can change your tire compound, you can change your tire pressure, you can change the stagger, fuel flow. That's easy. You can change the wings. When you get the suspension, you start to realize how deep they're getting into simulation way back in 1995. Now this is like the third game from Papyrus in this series of games, because they make the Indy 500 game back in the 80s first. Then they had the first INDYCAR game. Then they had INDYCAR 2. So it's not their first foray into proper sim racing. Now, also, I should preface this: Papyrus, as far as I know, the company itself is not necessarily around anymore, but the people from Papyrus is who makes iRacing. So, yeah, they've been around for a good while, and they're still at it. Some of them, anyways, are still at it today. Anyway, so you can change the camber on all four corners individually. Same with the shocks. You can change your steering wheel lock, like the how much you're steering, your gear ratios, and you can save setups on tracks. I do have a custom livery in my car, and for those of you who might be familiar with the base livery, I'm not a big fan of the way it looks, but for 2024, I'm really pulling hard, rooting hard for Colton Herta. So I figured, like, you know what, let's make a throwback livery. Let's make Brian Herta's livery, his dad's livery. Yeah. Anyway, so now that we got that out of the way, in the car, if you look, does my mouse cursor show up in the stream? It does. Okay, so yeah, if you look here on the dashboard, IndyCars have onboard adjustable roll bars. So you can adjust the front roll bar, the rear roll bar, you can adjust your brake bias on board. Over here on the lower left, you have your boost control. You can crank that boost up and down. Like this game, 1995, like... Yeah, I decided to play this game when I was a kid. I didn't understand the slightest bit of any of this. So, it's pretty in-depth, to put it short. Anyways, let's make our way to track here. I'll have to test and see what the pit lane speed limit is. You know what? Let's take a quick look here. Actually, let's just skip. I'm just curious what will happen. I just need to know what the pit lane speed limit is, because it doesn't actually tell you until the race if you've broken it. So I just want to see. You know, it's probably quicker and easier if I just do a quick little Google search, or look up the manual online, which I've done multiple times already, but I always forget to take a look at what the pit lane speed limit is. Looking for the pit lane speed limit. Oh. I'm gonna map another button onto the steering wheel through DOSBox, so I can change the display. Ah, here we go. 80 miles per hour at all tracks for pit speed limit. That's easy. Okay. Let's also get... Alright, so now we have a button on the dashboard to cycle. So we have fuel, miles per hour, and RPM. So 80 miles per hour. (9,000 RPM in second). Speeding already, yeah, like I said earlier, you don't get penalized for it unless it's actually the race session, but I need to get in the habit of not breaking that speed limit. I have damage turned onto arcade mode because, yeah, these cars are very fragile, and the handling model, while it is remarkably good for the time, it is still... It's got some quirks to it that I'm not used to with my... how do you want to call it? Driving habits of modern sims. Like, of course, I'm accelerating and braking with my hands rather than my feet, so... The crashes come semi-frequent, so having the damage on realistic is a quick way to make sure I don't finish a race. As I graze the pit entry wall there. That pit entry wall is different from where it is on the base version of the game, but that is the accurate version of it. That's the way it is on this track in AMS2. Let's bring the standings up. Probably recognize some names in here. I know a name that's being tossed around a lot lately because he recently passed, unfortunately. May he rest in peace. But Gilles de Ferran, I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, but the McLaren, the guy from McLaren, Indy 500 winner, I believe INDYCAR Series champion at least once, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you'll see his name in here. We have an Unser. I believe that's probably Bobby Unser rather than Al Unser. I think Al Unser had retired at this point. I'm a little less familiar with the IndyCar drivers of that time. Of course, my namesake Emerson Fittipaldi pops up on the list. There he is right there. Just got third fastest time in practice. Oh, sorry, as I crush their times. Maybe I should up the AI a little before qualifying. Both Michael and Mario Andretti, I believe, are AI drivers in this game as well. Okay, the AI are actually beating my lap time just now, so that's good. Oh, getting a little bit rough. Getting bumped around by the that red car. Ooh. Ooh, rubbing my eye, not watching the road. Not having force feedback sometimes, I tell you, it really does make it hard. I mean, of course it does. Scott Pruitt, there's another name I recognize. Whoa, big spin. Another thing I'd like to do sometime, just for the fun of it. There's a fair few resources on how to make track mods for this game. Since I have made some track mods for Assetto Corsa, and then dabbling in R Factor 2's mods a little bit, I think, just for fun, I think it'd be cool to convert one of my tracks. Although seriously downscaled, but for this game, I think that'd be so cool. Especially, I'd love to do Race City Speedway, because of course that track was active in the era that this sim depicts. And it did host not the full INDYCAR series, but nor kart, but why am I drawing a blank on the name of that series? I think it was like literally called like the American INDYCAR series, which was very misleading because they weren't proper INDYCARs. I think they used small block Chevys for engines, so maybe closer in terms of the type of Formula car to maybe like Formula 5000, except yeah, I don't know. Obviously much later than Formula 5000. I keep staying to the left of that yellow line. I can be crossing that yellow line there, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Ooh, that guy went way wide. I kind of followed his line a little bit. I didn't. Oh, there's Differan right there. Ooh. Oh, man. Come on, turn. I think I got some front wing damage. Come on, keep it in there, keep it in there. Oh, no! Alright, let's get her back to the pits. I should probably do a practice pit stop anyways. Ooh. Almost didn't see that guy there. Make our way back on the track here. Try and slip into the traffic nice and smoothly. Oh man, I think I might have to make a couple of setup changes here. I don't know if it's easy to tell from on screen. It's hard to tell even from the seat without force feedback, but it seems like I'm getting a really bad, woo, that was close, really bad understeer. I mean, I could also just do the anti-roll bars on the fly. Oh my goodness. Took my eyes off the screen for a second to hit a button on the keyboard. How much fuel do we have? I mean, we just hit it. Okay, we got plenty of fuel. Oh, turning in way too early. Kind of upset the balance of the car there a little bit. Oh! Dang it. I thought they would have gone around me. I'm only a couple hundredths off of Differan. Man, what the heck was that? I think we better take a look at the replay of that. That was some dirty driving. I mean, oh my goodness, no kidding. Yeah, that was definitely on him, not on me. Okay. Let's make a couple setup changes here. Let's get a little bit more front wing. Give it another degree of front wing. Tires. I don't know why the rear right is so hard compared to the other ones. Like we got 36, 39, 36, and 36. Let's just even those out. That's just the default setup. Give it just a little bit more. It's the left turns again. It's always the left turns I'm getting understeer on. So we got two. No, we do have a little less camber on the right front than the left front. So let's get that. Let's give it a little bit more negative camber there. The left front. I think I want to leave that as is. I think we'll leave it somewhat asymmetrical. Get just a little bit more rotation of the steering. I think the gearing's fine. Let's give that a shot. So my best lap is 110.19. deep into that corner. Oh, he bumped me. No. Whoa. Just a graze. I think we're okay. Braked a little bit too deep there. We're going to understeer right off the track. Let's move that brake bias rearward just a little bit. It's not a very good braking point or turn-in point, like for like in the visual sense on that corner. I find. Oh my goodness! How did he hit me? Ooh, got a little lost there for a second. Doesn't bode well for a race that's probably going to last over half an hour. Ooh. Come on, bring her back to the pavement. And yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, do I really want to drive this for half an hour? I mean, I kind of do, but I've got other things I could also do today. But I do want to get a decent length race, and I might drop it down to 25% instead of the 30% I have it at right now. Ooh, cut the grass a little bit. Still understeers to the left if I don't quite get it right. didn't think I was going to hit the wall there. I spun it. Oh, and then we got hit in the side pod. Okay, this is challenging. Looks like we got some front wing damage. I can see my front wings sticking out on the top, just above the left rear view mirror there. Uh, 112 lap time. I know I can get a 110. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to drop that race length down so the race doesn't take super long. Hey, Hammer. The engine sounds a little grating on the ears, honestly. Yeah, we're at 35%. Let's drop it down to like 28. How many laps is 28? Sorry, how many laps is 28% going to get us? 25 laps. That's kind of what I was shooting for. Perfect. Let's go for that. And I suppose that didn't save my setup. Oh, it did. It did. I mean, it didn't change it much. I think let's bump that rear wing up a little bit as well, and maybe just a touch more front wing. There are some car sound mods for this sim as well. Oh wow, this wheel is that was one thing I remember from way back when I had this. The clamping situation is a little less than ideal. It slides around a fair bit. It's got 2 suction cups here. There's supposed to be another 2 here, but those are missing actually. That's one thing that makes me question how new it really is. I mean, as far as I can tell, it is as brand new as they claimed, but yeah, it is missing 2 of those suction cups, unless I'm misremembering. I mean, there's 2 holes for suction cups there, but maybe they didn't actually come with them on the Grand Prix one. Maybe that was a perk of the Thrustmaster T2. Anyways. And yeah, since you're, I assume you're just tuning in here, Hammer, but yeah, this is Cleveland, which I really want to do an AMS2 one of these nights, but this is not the base version of it, since I haven't done anything really. This is the base version, the version I'm using as a mod, which is supposedly more accurate, and having driven this in AMS2, I do think it is more accurate. It closer resembles the one in AMS2. Some other mod tracks I have is Edmonton, which is like 05 to 2012, although 2011 and 12 was a different layout. But anyways, and then I have St. Petersburg, which they just raced at in real life. But man, is it challenging! I can't even get like 2 consecutive clean laps in. So we're gonna stick with Cleveland. I feel like I've got enough practice under my belt. Let's move on to qualifying. Let's drop the fuel load down. Let's go 10 gallons. I think 10 gallons will get us through the qualifying session. I have a custom livery on the car. I tried to recreate Brian Herta's livery from the 90s. The one that Colton Herta's livery at Laguna Seca last year was a throwback to, and I love that livery. So figured since I'm rooting for Colton Herta this year. Oh yeah, there's so much setup options in this game. It's super cool. I mentioned it earlier, but if you can see, let me just get my mouse cursor down here. We got adjustable front and rear anti-roll bars. We got brake bias. Oops. Let me get my brake bias back to where it was. And then down over here, we've got adjustable boost control. And then in the bottom middle, as I'm getting in the way here of the AI, I can switch between RPM, laps of fuel remaining, and miles per hour. But yeah, it's again, for nearly 30 years ago, this is it is a proper sim. It's just super old tech, and I'm very curious how it would drive if this game had force feedback. I think not having force feedback is like the biggest downside for a sim this old. It makes it quite a bit more challenging to drive, but yeah, for 1995, this is mind-boggling. Oh, actually, a couple other things. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'll bring this up on screen here. There's my tire temperatures. It has tire temperatures for outside, middle, and inside for all 4 tires. Of course, I can change. It's got the miles per gallon, projected laps, different tire compounds, and different tire pressures. Just going to leave it on the timing screen, though. Whoa, watch out for that wall. You would think that that's not correct for this track, but apparently the pit entry wall was that lethally dangerous in real life, but we're just going to do our best to not hit it. Ooh, get out of the grass. Still haven't quite turned out that understeer to the left. It's not every time. It's really dependent on my turn in. Now I got huge oversteer that time. Let's not get hit by the AI coming through. Got about 7.5 minutes left in qualifying. We'll see if we can't get back into the 110s like I was earlier in practice. I don't think we're going to dip into the 109s like the top half of the field was. Maybe we can get there in the race. Beautiful Cleveland with all the concrete. Whoa, where'd that guy come from? It's like he came through the wall. Whoa, let's hang on to it. .115 on that lap, and that was with a spin. Maybe first, I feel like that shouldn't be a first gear corner, but when I dropped it down into first, it got that little bit more rotation I needed. So maybe that's our plan. We'll start in second and drop it to first if we get that really bad understeer. Have you counted all the pixels yet? Pretty low res game, and this is on the high res setting. Whoa boy, let's make it through there. That was a bit of a slow line through there, but I was really panicking to keep it out of the wall. But we got 111. That's a little faster. We're still dead last though. We got about half the qualifying session left to try and improve. How many laps do I have left in my tank? 2 laps. Three laps, apparently. I guess it's calculating it on the fly. I think it's this corner we're losing a whole heap of time on. And probably the corner just before it as well. Those 2 left-handers in a row. Oh, the fuel warning light just came on. Let's try and get a cleaner line through here this time. Let's not run out onto the grass. Horrible exit. We're going to come across the line with a... Okay, we got some positions up. Let's get the pit menu up here. I'm not adjusting front wing. I want to adjust my fuel. Whoa! I want to... Let's fill to 8 gallons. It is hard to see the apex. This will be a good practice pit stop. Try not to bump the walls through this narrow corridor. Oh! Probably enough time for an out lap and a flying lap, and I'm not sure what happens when the timer runs out, if it lets you finish the lap or not. Let's try not to speed. Again, I don't think I get penalized for that in any sessions except for the race, but just in case, we're going to keep it under that limit. Alright, let's get some heat into these tires. Oh! Which way are they going to go? Whoa, another car coming. So all the things that I dislike about iRacing's handling model are present in this, except times 10. That's not to say that this handles poorly. I mean, I suppose it kind of does, but we're going to be starting on the back foot. Whoa. That was a weird graphics glitch. Never seen that one before. But, I mean, it simulates quite well, I would argue. But, yeah, the not being able to ride the limit of traction on the tires, very much present, just like iRacing is today, but obviously they've definitely come a long ways. I mean, can you believe it? We have rain now. That's amazing that there's rain in simulators. Can you... sorry, I'm being sarcastic here. I'm sorry, iRacing fans, but it is a little bit funny how you guys only just got it. Sorry for your loss. I don't think this is a good lap. Maybe I can cross. What year is it? 4 seconds to spare. I don't think we're gonna cross the line in time, and we're way off on our lap time, of course. So okay, so we're qualifying with the 1:10.6 that we got. P26 out of 30 cars. Nothing to write home about. So, what was that? 8 gallons got me. Three laps, was it? And then I've got apparently 3 laps in the tank, but I'm also not pushing at the moment. Okay, let's get the miles per hour back up. Hey BK, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm having a blast, honestly. This is so much fun. Moving on to... I think I'm going to skip the warm-up. We're just going to go right... I just spotted the lap record here. Gilda Ferran, 57 seconds? How on earth? Actually, let's take a look at the standings here. Ooh. Robbie Gordon? Is that the same Robbie Gordon? Sorry, I'm thinking Jeff Gordon. But Robbie Gordon is also a NASCAR driver, isn't he? Or am I getting that mixed up? Anyways, Christian Fittipaldi. Man, lots of duplicate names here. And by duplicate, I mean... oh, that is Al Unser Jr. I thought that was Bobby Unser. Emerson Fittipaldi. Brian Herta. I painted my car in Brian Herta's paint scheme. I'm actually curious. Car number 4, Brian Herta. I don't remember the paint scheme being in this game. Unless... Oh. 1 second. My phone's ringing and it's a call I do have to take. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Yeah, we just have our dog at the vet today, getting some dental work done. So that was just the vet calling, letting us know that it is all finished. So back to racing. Go take a look at the standings again. So yeah, we qualified 26th out of 30 drivers. Not particularly great. We're 0.3 ahead of the last car. And a good 4 seconds behind the pole sitter. So we got a pretty tough push to try and gain some positions here. I was just sort of a little bit distracted by the names, trying to recognize some of the names here. Like Scott Pruitt, of course, I remember. Brian Herta, Bobby Rahal, Emerson Fittipaldi, of course. But yeah, Al Unser Jr. I think Bobby Unser must be one of the older Unser drivers. I think I had it mixed up, because I was originally thinking that this was Bobby Unser in the game, not Al Unser. Anyways, Gil de Ferran, of course. Don't recognize many of these. It's Christian Fittipaldi, of course. Danny Sullivan, I remember that name. Emerson Scott, that sounds familiar. Yeah, that's me. I could have sworn that there was an Andretti in here, but maybe that was a mod. Anyways, moving on to, we're going to skip right past the warm-up. We're going to go right into the race, starting with a formation lap, as is customary in INDYCAR. Oh, hang on a second. My phone be ringing again. One moment.
There's something in the water. I feel it taking over me. It's slowly getting harder to breathe, to breathe, to breathe, to breathe. And I don't know what's happening. How did it come to this? So danger on your
Alright, sorry guys, I am back. Alright, let's get this race underway here. Just on our formation lap. Whoa! Not watching where I'm going. Let's, I looked over to see the concurrent viewers. Let's just save this race. We can give that the old restart. Looks like we have enough fuel to maybe take us to the finish. Well, maybe not. It's going to be close. So I think while we're on the formation lap here, let's not letting me change my fuel load. Maybe that's not something I can do. Oh, on the formation lap. Let's get back up with the grid here. Safety car is coming in. There's green flag. I think we're clear to slip through to the inside line here. Got a couple spots in the first corner. That's pretty good. Whoa! Oh! We're getting a little bit beat up here. Right down to last place. Okay. I'm not going to take these guys on the inside here. I think we can get them coming onto the final straight. Can't yet tell if I've taken some aero damage or not. If I hold the wheel properly, I can't reach the paddles. You want me to hold it like this? I can't reach the buttons now. Whoa! Try and slip up on the inside of this guy. There's one spot back. I think we can get this guy to the next left-hander. Oh, went in there a little bit too hot. I think I have taken some aero damage here. I have very little turn in. That's a better line through there. Wish I could have done that all through qualifying. Almost money shifted it there. Oh, no, 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 no. Every time we get some positions back, we blow a corner. A little bit too deep on the brakes, I think. Man. How many laps do we have in the race here? Yeah, we got some time. I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna keep going with it. The next car is still just within eyesight. It's only occupying about 4 pixels on the screen at the moment, but 4 pixels in 1995 means a lot more than 4 pixels in 2024. Unless we're talking about proximity to the wall. Gaining on that car. I think we'll have him before turn 1. Past the inside. Bit of an early apex there, but that's okay. We still made the pass. Ooh, got a little bit of a slip there after getting a couple tires into the grass. Come on, let's get through this corner. I'm understeering bad. I think we can reel Mason in here. That's my best lap. 111. I think I turned in too early again. But actually, you know what? That was a better apex than last lap. Ooh, a little bit too much grass there. I gotta be careful with that. Mason just passed Craig, so Craig is now the car I'm chasing. Gained about 4/10 on them in that lap. Ooh. No. Okay, let's ease it back to the pavement without spinning. Definitely lost a little ground there this time. How much time did we lose there? Ooh. Not much, actually. Only about a 10th. Whoa, full cut in the grass there. And we spun it again. See if we can get going before Jones comes around the corner. Here comes Jones. I think we got up to speed in time that we're not going to have to worry about him, but we got right after we closed that gap, spun it again. It's always that same corner too. Ooh. Is Jones a lap down? Is he getting lapped already? Was that the leader that I maybe saw in the rearview mirror? It was the leader. That's not Jones's car, that's a different car. We're getting lapped here already. No! Hang on, that was Jones's car. Oh, man. Whoa. Is that going to bring out the yellow? Is that going to bring out full course caution, do you think? Oh, my goodness. I can't drive it. I think I downshifted one too many gears in that corner. I should be taking that corner in third, not second. And that's why I kept spinning there. We've got a huge gap to the car ahead now. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can follow this. I think this is probably P2 in the race that we're following right now. A lap down, of course. Come on, let's get her on the pavement. Jones is pitting. I wonder if I shouldn't pit also. I mean, I don't have enough fuel to make it to the end anyways. Oh, now I definitely need to pit. Yeah, we're pitting. Can I change my fuel load? Yes, I can. Let's fill to 30 gallons. Actually, no, let's not even do 30. Let's fill to... yeah, let's do 30. 29 is close enough. That's going to be a bit of a slow pit stop with the damage repairs. Probably about 16 seconds I'm willing to get. More than 16. Oh man, we're going to be in the 19 seconds. I'm going to watch that speed. That's Anderson ahead of me. Oh, Anderson's out. Alright, fresh tires, fresh car. Let's make it count. Come on. Those slides are getting hard to catch. Let's stiffen up the front anti-roll bar a little bit, I think. Maybe that's too stiff on the front anti-roll bar. I just noticed it. I mean, I knew this already, but I feel like it's worth pointing out. This game has stereo sound. It definitely helps with the awareness of where the cars are. I think it's the first time I've actually experienced it in this game, or at least to a point where it's like, okay, I can tell where the car is because I can't see him on my mirrors, but I can hear him in my left ear. I mean, something I'm sure we take for granted nowadays, so that was a little bit eye-opening for a sim so old just now. That was kind of neat. Whoa, the car's alongside me. A little squirrely into that corner. Grazed the wall a little bit on the exit. Back end starting to step out on me a little. Alright, what's our gap to the car ahead? Ooh. Pretty hefty. 1 minute behind. I don't think he's pit yet, though. However, we had a pretty long pit stop, so it's going to be tough to catch. Whoa! Car got very squirrely there that time. Whoa, that car ever fast. I got the better exit though. I mean, I should be letting him through, but I'm trying to push to catch up to Craig ahead of me. A little dicey into that corner. We got through clean though. Gained 2 seconds on him that lap. Uh, 2 seconds, and we have about 10 laps to go. Not going to catch him at this pace, but we're going to keep pushing regardless. Whoa, he's right up alongside me there. I think we're going to let him through. He's fast. Really fast in the corner entries. I was getting him on the exits, but it'll only a matter of time before he runs into me, or I run into him. Best to just let him through. Gain another second on him that lap. So we're definitely lapping faster than the car ahead of us, but we're so far back with that damage and the multiple spins that I don't think we're going to see him again, but we're still going to keep on gunning. Whoa. I think that was our best line through that corner yet. That's another second on the car ahead. I'm pretty sure I got enough fuel to make it to the finish. Let's make sure. 12 laps of fuel. Yeah, we got enough to make it. Whoa, touched the grass there a little bit, and it started to pull me around, but another half a second closer. let's hold on. There we go. Whoop, a little bit of a bump. We really need a full course yellow. We've got 5 laps to go. Kind of in no man's land now. Well, that car a lap ahead of me is still right behind me. There's a little string of rubber coming off the back of the steering wheel. It's kind of distracting me. Look on one of the mold lines of the rubber rim. Oh boy. Ran a little wide there. Like I might have to let these faster cars through. Four laps to go. Almost outbraked myself there. Like we're gonna get past this. This car's a lap ahead of me. I'm gonna re-overtake him. Oh man, we went way too hot into that corner. We're coming apart at the seams now. We're nearing the end of the race, though. I just want to get across the line. I feel like our second half of the race was pretty strong, but our first half of the race was so weak that there's just no coming back from it. So I'm going to stop cutting into the grass there. That guy's pitting in. There might actually be a few late race pit stops because the default fuel load gets you a little over 20 laps. Finally ripped that little piece of rubber off. We're on the last lap. I didn't catch the time variance from me to Craig. Wonder if he did in fact pit. Wonder if he was running a little lower would the lower boost help with fuel economy? I don't know. Maybe he's running a lower boost setting and actually maybe able to make it on a one full tank. where I've been running full boost the entire race. My goodness, hold on. And I was only going to get about 20 to 23 laps. We pit somewhere around the middle though, so nowhere near running empty. We're down to 11 gallons of fuel now. I'm curious, what does that leave us in terms of lap count on fuel? 7 laps. I could have ran a little lighter, but I wasn't certain, so I played a little conservative. There's checkered flag. That was a fun race. I think this car here, actually, this is the car I was chasing? I don't know. Either way, that was fun. We'll complete our cool down lap. I think we'll do a couple laps on Laguna Seca before I sign off. Where are we at for time here? Where's my mouse cursor? Apparently got no mouse cursor. I can't not run Laguna Seca if that's an option, because I love that track. I'm really tempted to do. I'm really tempted to do a championship season, sort of like how GP Laps does. On this game. What are the AI doing here? I mean, I know this is not a base content track, so I wonder, maybe the AI just don't fully know what to do on pit entry here. Well, didn't finish last. Didn't even finish last of the cars that finished. But we did drop 2 positions from a starting position. But that was fun. I think that's the first decently long race I've done in this game. I see my camera battery died. Hey, it's even going to give me a nice picture of my car coming across the finish line. I am curious, before I quickly pop a new battery into the camera there, what is Brian Herta's livery? In this game. Bobby Rahal. There's a Bobby Rahal. I knew it. There's Brian Herta. So he's in that car. His helmet is accurate. That's pretty cool. I just noticed that the player helmet is not a 3D model. It's just a sprite. It's funny. It's the Target livery. Aha. Anyways, that is his livery from, I want to say 98? I don't remember exactly. That's the livery he had on his last Laguna Seca win of his career. Let's quickly drop this race length down by a fair margin. Go Laguna Seca here. Oops, I didn't see. 6 laps. Let's do, yeah, 6 laps is not too bad. I'm just gonna pop a new battery in the camera really quick. Alright, so let's just do a quick race here. We'll just start right from the back. We got way too much fuel, I realize, but that's okay. Oh my goodness. I think 20 gallons would be more than enough to get us to the finish line. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Is that gonna... I think that damaged my front aero. I mean, with realistic damage, it certainly would have. But I've got the arcade damage turned on. Let's just go with it. Let's go with it. I can definitely tell the car setup is drastically different. That's even on this formation lap, it is super tail happy. Let's get that brake bias a little further forwards as well. Oh my goodness, almost ran into him. Another small bump. Tiptoe through the corkscrew. Should be seeing green pretty soon here. Probably before we get to turn 11. There's green flag. There's no room to go anywhere, so we're just gonna sort of wait in line till we get around turn 11. Just squeeze our way through there. Now we definitely have some front aero damage. See if we can even make turn 1 with that aero damage. I think where it's really going to hurt us is when we get to about turn 5 and 6. Those are couple faster corners. I can feel it in turn 4 already also. It's not terrible through turn 5. Definitely a little understeery, but it's okay. Definitely felt it through that corner. They sure brake a lot for that corner. Man. Let's turn off formation lap. Give this one more shot. We're just gonna go right into the race again. Let's go even less fuel. Don't need that much. Oops. Nope. Next session. Let's make sure the fuel load stayed. It did. Right into the race. Green flag. There it is. Oh no. I don't even know if we made contact with anything in that spin. I think I just need to be a little bit more patient. Stiffen that front sway bar. Just getting really bad oversteer. Caught back up to the field at least. Hopefully it's a little bit more spread out now. There might be some gaps to work our way through, get some positions made up in the last couple laps. That stiffer front anti-roll bar definitely helped. I'm not going to try passing him into this corner, but I will try and get alongside before the corkscrew. I don't think it's going to happen though. Oh, we did it. We're alongside. Let's see if we can sneak ahead. We did it. There we go. Oh, that guy turned right into me. Man, these AI. I think we better call it there. I got some things I got to do for the rest of the day here. Let's just rewind this a little bit for a bit of an outro, I guess. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for tuning in. It was a lot of fun. Let's move the camera around here. Very close. Maybe a little too close. There we go. But yeah, thanks again. That was a ton of fun. I'm so glad I found that wheel. It's yeah, a little bit of a novelty, I guess, but definitely got my $25 worth out of it, and then some. Would I recommend going out and getting one? Probably not. Would I recommend getting INDYCAR Racing 2 set up on a modern computer? Yeah, maybe. It's I did have it set up working with my Mosa wheel. It's a little fiddly to get it working, but it's not too bad with a modern wheel. Again, kind of a novelty. Better off playing it with or playing this stuff on something like AMS2, where a lot of these cars and tracks are available already in a more modern simulator setting. Yeah, I guess I don't really have much else to say other than that this was a ton of fun, and it was just a fun experience getting... Oh man, that crash. Fun getting this wheel up and running. I mean, it didn't take much. It was, as advertised, virtually brand new, so... But yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. I think I might do this a little bit more. This is a fun sim to play when I'm thinking of something a little less serious. Not that I'm super serious. Anyways, it's all for fun in the end. For you BK and Hammer that tuned in, maybe I'll see you tonight on AMS2. Otherwise, I'll see the rest of you when I probably the next stream I'm doing is probably going to be the next stages on Dirt Rally 2 for our Tracks VR Championship. The Dakar thing is sort of on a bit of a, not indefinite, but it's on a bit of a hold until some patches come for the console players, because right now they can't see the custom stages that we're using in that rally. So, oh well. Otherwise, Have a good day. Have a good rest of your Monday, and I will catch you guys next time. Cheers.